A Magical Adventure with a Baby Unicorn Part 2. As Lily and Sparkles played in the village, the baby unicorn used his magical powers to make the games even more exciting. In a game of tag, he would speed up and slow down time, making it impossible for Lily to catch him. In a game of hide and seek, he would use his invisibility to disappear and reappear in the most unexpected places, surprising Lily with his magical tricks. During their playtime, Sparkles would also use his powers to create beautiful rainbows and make the flowers bloom with vibrant colors. He would also use his magic to make the bubbles dance in the air and create gentle breezes that blew through the village. Everyone in the village was amazed by the baby unicorn's magical powers, and they would often gather around to watch him play and perform his tricks. Sparkles loved the attention and would put on a show, giggling and prancing around, making the children laugh and smile. Lily was delighted to have such a playful and magical friend, and she enjoyed every moment she spent with Sparkles. However, Lily's other friend, a mischievous boy named Max, was getting jealous of their friendship. He didn't like the fact that Lily was spending all her time with Sparkles. Max had another friend in the village named Tom. Tom was known for being a bit dim-witted, but he had a huge sweet tooth. He loved the forest fruit candies so much that he would eat them all the time, even when he knew he shouldn't. One day, Max and Tom were hanging out when Max told him about his plan to capture Sparkles using the forest fruit candies. Tom was excited about the plan and eagerly joined in. He thought that if they captured Sparkles, they could use him to get more of the delicious candies. As Max and Tom were setting up their trap, they noticed Lily and Sparkles playing in the distance. Tom's greed got the better of him, and he started to eat all the candies they had gathered, even though they were supposed to be for Sparkles. As Max and Tom were setting up their trap, Tom couldn't resist eating all the forest fruit candies they had gathered. Max, nervously, "Tom, what have you done? You ate all the candies." Tom, munching on the last candy he had found in his pocket, "Sorry, man. They're just so tasty." Max, frustrated, "Now how are we supposed to catch Sparkles? He won't come to us if we don't have any more candy." Tom, thinking quickly, "Wait, I have one more candy left." Max, excitedly, "You do? Where is it?" Tom, digging in his pocket, "Here it is." Max, relieved, "Phew, that's a relief. Let's keep going with the plan." Tom, eagerly, "Yeah, let's do this. I can't wait to get my hands on that unicorn." Max, shocked, "Tom, that's not the point. We're doing this to get Lily's attention, not to harm Sparkles." Tom, realizing his mistake, "Oh, right. Sorry about that. I guess I got a little carried away with the candies." Max, sighing, "It's okay, Tom. Just remember, we need to be careful and not hurt Sparkles." Tom, nodding, "Got it, Max. Let's go catch us a unicorn." As Max and Lily were distracted by something else, Tom saw his opportunity to make a move. He snuck up to Sparkles and offered him a candy, promising more if he followed him. Sparkles, being a young and curious unicorn, eagerly followed Tom to his barn. Once they arrived, Tom showed Sparkles his collection of candies and offered him as many as he wanted. Sparkles, not knowing any better, started to eat the candies one after another. Tom watched in amazement as Sparkles devoured every last piece of candy in his collection. Tom excitedly, "Wow, Sparkles! You sure can eat a lot of candy." Sparkles, smiling, "Yes, they're so delicious. Thank you for sharing them with me, Tom." As Sparkles ate all the candies in Tom's collection, Tom couldn't help but cry with his mouth watering, wishing there were more left for him to enjoy. Max, noticing Tom's distress, quickly thought on his feet and told Sparkles that he would search for more candies for him to eat. Max, smiling, "Don't worry, Sparkles. I know where to find even more delicious candies. Just wait here, and I'll be back soon with a whole bunch for you to eat." Sparkles, excitedly, "Really? That sounds amazing. Thank you, Max." As Sparkles eagerly waited for Max to return, Max had other plans in mind. He knew that Lily was crying because she couldn't find Sparkles, and he wanted to help her search. Max, thinking to himself, "I can't let Lily worry like this. Sparkles will have to wait a little longer for his candies." Max quickly ran off to find Lily and offer his help in finding Sparkles. Together, they searched the entire village, calling out Sparkles' name and asking anyone they met if they had seen him. As they searched for Sparkles, Lily and Max couldn't help but reminisce about their past memories together. They remembered the time when they accidentally set off fireworks during the village festival, and how they spent the entire night cleaning up the mess. They laughed about the time they got lost on the berry picking and had to rely on each other to find their way back home. Lily, smiling, "You know, Max, I really appreciate you coming with me to search for Sparkles. I know we haven't been spending as much time together lately, but it means a lot that you're here for me now." Max, nodding, "Of course, Lily. You're my friend, and friends are always there for each other, no matter what." Lily, teasingly, "As long as you don't steal all the candy again, right?" Max, laughing, "I promise, I won't. And hey, remember that time when we got into a food fight and covered the entire kitchen in spaghetti?" Lily, grinning, "How could I forget? We were cleaning tomato sauce off the walls for weeks." Max, chuckling, "Good times, good times." As they approached the field where Sparkles was hidden, Max couldn't help but feel grateful for his friendship with Lily. Despite their differences and occasional arguments, he knew that their bond was unbreakable, and that they would always be there for each other, no matter what silly mishaps they might get into along the way. Max hesitated for a moment, fidgeting nervously with his fingers, before finally taking a deep breath and turning to face Lily. "Hey, Lily," he began slowly. "There's something I need to tell you. But you have to promise not to be upset, and that we'll still be friends." Lily looked at him quizzically, her brow furrowing with concern. "Of course, Max," she said softly. "Whatever it is, you can tell me. I won't be mad, I promise." Max took another deep breath, steeling himself for her reaction. "Well, you see, I sort of, took all the candy from Sparkles," he blurted out quickly, his words tumbling over each other in his haste. Lily's eyes widened in surprise, and for a moment, she was speechless. "You what?" she finally exclaimed, her voice rising with disbelief. Max winced, bracing himself for the worst. I know, it was a really dumb thing to do," he admitted, his voice low and contrite. I was just feeling really left out, and I wanted to spend time with you and Sparkles. I didn't mean to cause any harm. Lily studied him for a moment, her expression softening as she realized how genuinely sorry he was. Max, she said gently, placing a hand on his shoulder. I appreciate your honesty. And I forgive you. But you have to promise me that you won't do anything like that again, okay? We can still be friends, but we have to trust each other. Max nodded eagerly, relief flooding through him. Absolutely, Lily, he said earnestly. I promise. And thank you for being such a great friend. Lily smiled warmly at him, and together, they continued on their quest to find Sparkles, their bond stronger than ever before. As Max and Lily searched for Sparkles, they heard a loud commotion coming from the direction of Max's barn. They hurried over and saw Max's father trying to capture the horn of baby unicorn. Max's father, greedy and selfish, had heard about the magical properties of Sparkle's horn and saw an opportunity to get rich. He had managed to corner Sparkles in the barn, but the baby unicorn was putting up a fierce resistance, kicking and biting at his captor. As Max's father attempted to steal Sparkle's horn, the baby unicorn suddenly sensed the danger and began to glow with a fiery red light. Max's father, caught off guard by the sudden burst of magic, stumbled backwards, dropping Sparkles in the process. Max's father lying on the ground, his hands clutching his head in pain, and Sparkles standing nearby, his horn still pulsing with magical energy. Despite the danger, Max's father persisted in his attempt to get the horn. With a swift movement, he managed to rip it off of Sparkles' head. The baby unicorn, sensing the danger, let out a mournful whinny as he watched his horn fall to the ground. Max and Lily were shocked and outraged. They knew that Sparkles needed his horn to survive and to protect himself from danger. With tears in her eyes, Lily confronted Max's father and demanded that he return the horn to Sparkles. As Lily and Max's father argued over the stolen horn, Sparkles' condition worsened. The baby unicorn was weakened and barely conscious. Lily and Max felt helpless and frustrated, knowing they couldn't do much to help their friend. Finally, they decided to take Sparkles to his brother, who lived deep in the heart of the forest. However, as they approached the forest, Sparkles let out a weak cry. "The forest cannot open without my magical horn," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. Lily, Max, and Tom looked at each other, realizing the gravity of the situation. Without the magical horn, they wouldn't be able to enter the forest and help Sparkles. They needed to find a solution, and fast. However, as they continued along the winding trail, Max's foot unexpectedly slipped on a slick patch of moss-covered ground. He let out a sharp gasp as he lost his balance, and in a desperate attempt to regain his footing, he inadvertently twisted his leg awkwardly. "Are you okay?" Lily asked, concern etched on her face. I think I hurt my leg," Max replied, trying to hide the pain in his voice. Lily and Tom rushed to his side, supporting him as he struggled to stand. The weight of the situation became overwhelming as they realized the gravity of Max's injury. They were still some distance away from reaching Sparkle's brother, and now, with Max's broken leg, their journey had taken an unexpected and perilous turn. "We can't go back now," Tom said, his eyes darting nervously around the darkened forest. We have to find Sparkle's brother and get the magical horn to save Sparkles and the enchanted forest. Lily nodded, trying to think of a solution. Let's fashion a makeshift splint for Max's leg. We'll use some branches and vines to support it as best as we can. Tom, with his mouth full of candy, says he has a solution, and tells to Lily to bring him closer to the unicorn. The unicorn, with his last bit of strength, he blows a magical mist onto Max, who suddenly feels a rush of energy coursing through his body. The magical mist seems to have healed him. As Max stands up, he notices that something strange is happening. The unicorn's horn, which had been torn off just moments ago, is now starting to grow back. The children are amazed and overjoyed as they watch the horn slowly regrow, until it is once again whole and shining with a golden light. The unicorn explains that his horn has the power to heal and restore, but only when it is used for good. With the horn restored, the children lead Sparkles back into the forest. As they approach the entrance, they notice that the path is blocked by a dense thicket of thorns and vines. But as soon as Sparkles approaches, the thorns and vines part as if by magic, and the entrance to the forest is revealed. Despite the initial shock and sadness, Lily and Sparkles find happiness and joy in their friendship. But they never forget the danger they had faced, and they remain cautious and watchful, knowing that there are always those who seek to exploit the magical and wondrous things in the world.